Hello, boys, and welcome to SFX here, BroFive production. And if it was a curious bit, start recording right here. And let's load when we were last time. Of course, it was not to be. It's my cat. It is. It is. Sorry. My cat had a cough. Of course, it was not to be. Even elements seemed against the village today, because barely a minute into the walk, the heavens themselves opened and we were soaked through. Letting out a yelp, Narumi grabbed me by the hand and pulled me towards the nearest awning shelter from the rain. Oh, you, a rainfall. This is sunny. This is just typical. Today, just going from bad to worse. How can it be worse than when the slime girl attacked? I didn't think the rain would be able to toss a warrior spirit. Ha, warrior spirit. Yeah, I really had to had that by the buckful today, didn't I? You sounding different from last time we met. I could have sworn you would have shouted hi if you want to stop the great Narumi. You better off you and Mother Natura. Send me a Tatsume, an earthquake, and a tornado, and you might stand a chance. Yeah, well, that was before I realized what a weak, cowardly person I was. Mother Natura doesn't need all that to stop me. I'm not great. I just a girl who's trying to impress someone they never can. All it takes to stop me is some drizzly. For a moment, I frowned, trying to think of how to respond to the girl. It appeared that her inability to stop the slime girl was causing havoc and embarrassing her. Chief had led Narumi to feel like she had failed somehow. It was at the point I recalled certain scenario and decided to act. Rather chiefly, I grabbed a hold of Narumi's shoulder while my own arm wrapped around her arm also looked as if I was about to comfort her, but it was then I decided to use a judo technique, and almost as if I was the hero from some manga about use a secret technique. I should probably. Well, hey, stop! Tsugoshi. Using the strength I had trained for years of judo practice, I easily spun the girl over my shoulder and onto her back in the rainy grass before us. My eyes gazed down sharply at her while I repeated the words I recalled from certain manga. If you let one loose break your spirit, you're unstable to be. You're unstable for being a warrior. It's because there are strong people around that you get the motivation to improve. That doesn't prove anything. You took me by surprise. You looked like you were going to kiss me when you tossed me on my back. I didn't plan to kiss you, and now you made me forget my heroic speed. Get up and grab your weapon, Narumi. If words don't cheer you up, then let's talk the warriors do, through battle. Wait here. The woman pushed herself upwards, barged past me, stomping into the building, which only now recognized was the guards building I'd been held in the day previously. I waited under the wooden slats as the rain thudded down onto it, causing it to run down in heavy drips. A few moments later, I heard a loud thudding and through the door Narumi burst. Alright, this is funny. I'm actually gonna hide the music a little bit now. For me then, you aren't gonna hear it. Here, Taya. In her hands, she held a Nagita similar to the one that normally used, but with a different head. In the moment I got a glance at it before her attack landed, I could see that it was not nearly as sharp as the blade should be. Hi! I took all my speed to able to raise my arms and grab a hold of the shaft when the weapon before it attacked thrust down into my body, making me quickly push her weapon sideways while I darted forward. Pushing my hands against her chest with all my force behind it, I attempted to open a posture for a vulnerability for me to expose. That's it. You're not some sort of weak-willed girl. I'm girl who I is going to lose the fighting spirit to it that easily. Shut up, you don't even know what's bothering me. I'm going to beat your snot out of you. That all make me feel better. Now, Michelle, didn't you forget one of the most important things about fights? The woman gritted her teeth and lunged towards me again, a wild angry strike that would have been ridiculously easy to dodge were she not so fast. As it happened, I was just faster than her, but the whoosh of the air that shot past me made it clear that she was not pulling her punches. I don't care, it aren't important, I could do it. I got scared and let everyone down. And that's why you failed as a warrior. I can read every emotion behind your attack. You're angry at yourself for being unable to stop the spiritual right, disappointed at yourself for lacking courage and face them alone. Well, Narumi-chan, you're not some loony hero who has to do everything. I quickly pushed her Nagita upwards, a quick slide of my body nearly knocking the weapon out of her hands, while I raised a hand to flick her forehead before stepping backwards. Did anyone told you that you had to beat the spirit? Or rather, why didn't you stop the figure out for a moment that you got friends and companions to deal with an enemy like that alongside you? A hero who fights alone is a hero who dies early. It's why both you and the Tsuru Tyrant weren't able to defeat the spirit when you tried to beat them by yourself. That is true. You must more able to survive if you are more than one. That's why an army is a one-man army. Well, you can survive alone. I've done that a couple of times in many games. How am I supposed to stand by her side when she's so much better than I? Can I ever hope to be? I can stand against the spear when all I am is a human with a sharp stick. Miu lost her sword, but she never lost her resolve. But I lost mine as soon as things became dangerous. I'm worthless. The woman snarled as her forehead was flickered, and he lunged forward again, latching out with the spear hand aiming for my temple. I ducked and slid back, narrowly dodging the swing of her Nagata. I noticed that she had switched her stance a little and was choosing to closer range attack style. The only limits we have are those we impose upon ourselves. If she's better than you, then just keep practicing to improve. Even if I got people I want to overcome. That's the wonderful thing with martial arts. Why haven't you tried talking to her like this? Because I can. I can't talk to her. I need just be strong. She does it without relying on anyone Without bending or yielding, I can't do it. I can't be like her. Don't be like her, be yourself. Seriously. Is that really the case? Perhaps you merely don't know what the source of her strength is. But in your case, it's just a matter of finding your soul. Well, that's the problem. I don't have any. I'm just a dumb little girl who needs to be saved all the time. Come on, stop talking like that. Don't you have something you want to protect at all costs? There's nothing at all. Not your family, your friends, your village. Just turn up your paycheck. Thank you very much. You're right, there's nothing. I lost it all already. The woman's next attack caught me by surprise. She launched her weapon towards me with full strength, hitting me in the arm, which made me flinch. I turned away from me, slipping on the wet grass beneath. She scrambled to her feet before I could react, and began running towards the forest. I chased the woman as fast as I could, barely keeping up with her as she picked her way through the trees, until she slowed down, coming up to a stop at the edge of the small clearing. Pant, you're certainly a warrior of speed. Why did you come all the way out here? Why did you follow me out here, damn it? I didn't ask you to come. I didn't want anyone else to come here. Leave. I'm not going to do that, Narumi-chan. A hero never abandons someone in need. And a master never lets her pupil down. What are you talking about? It's not so important. You at least tell me what's gotten you this worked up. I know you panicked back when the wild spirit attacked. But that is an acceptable reaction to a situation you know anything about. It's nothing to be ashamed of. This story is starting to look more and more like something else now. No answer came from the woman, who was looking more intently at the little glade than me. Rolling my eyes, I turned to leave, but stopped when I noticed two small wooden grave markers. Time marked but well maintained, sitting under the shade of a tree. Narumi, my parents, lost their lives during a spirit attack. I was lucky enough to not see it happen firsthand, but I'm still alone. I lost my best friend then too. When I saw Miu trapped, I got so scared that I was going to lose her too. I just kinda shut down, my mind blank. Takeru, I envy you so much. You're trapped in another world. You might never see your family and friends again, but here you are, still so positive and so eager. You're trying to help everyone. How do you do it? I do worry about whether I'll be able to return to my world or not. But I realized that just sitting here and sulking around will get me nowhere. I'd rather spend my time helping everyone. And yet, I don't think you lost everything that day. Miu-san is still here, so perhaps you can become the reason for you to seek power. And what about the elder and the other villagers? Aren't they trust in you enough to reason to fight? It's just so hard. I'm so weak. I can't fight, but you can. Can you help me? I need to get better. Your skills are incredible. If I can get stronger, then maybe I find it be worth it to finally protect those I care about. Miu-san, Shi-san, the village. Well, I'm going to be stuck here for a while anyway, so I don't mind lending my aid. If it makes you become stronger, then again, if you had controlled your emotion during the last fight, I would have been counting stars in the dirt. But who is this Shi-san? That would be an embarrassing name for the village elder. Oops, wasn't supposed to say that. I can't trust you, Takeru. Of course, my lips are shut. Isn't it sealed shut? Shisan is Mashiko. Oh, you two already bounded that much she earned a nickname. It's a little complicated. We were friends when we were kids. She was the best friend I lost, the village. After the incident went on, a witch hunt got rid of every spirit around, showed them into the forest. I've not spoken to her since then, until today. That Mashiko shan't change much from how you remember her. Well, perhaps aside from the fact that she might have not been such huge tease as a child. Yeah, probably. Nope, actually she was the tease back then too, only not so focused. She used to play fun little pranks like hiding a bucket of water on the door so it tipped water on someone, or hiding a frog in someone's boot. It was so much fun. Yeah, I could imagine that. I genuinely hope your next generation of children in the village doesn't take you two as an example to follow them. Nah, you know fun. It's only a bit harmless silliness. We must sure no one ever got hurt. Even the froggies we rescued. It's just a shame it all ended up so quickly. Why do you not try to reform your friendship with her now that you are allowed inside the village? Perhaps it's an opportunity for both of you. I hope so. I know I had a lot of fun when I played, but sometimes was weird. When I spoke to her earlier, she didn't seem to remember anything. And trying to remember hurt her. I might be nothing, but you never know. Perhaps something happened when she fled to the village that made her unable to remember the event. Nevertheless, I do think we should return to the village. This rain, the rain stopped. I didn't even notice. They'll still be looking for us though. I turned my gaze away, my cheeks burning a light red color as I pointed toward her chest. Your clothes are soaked. You're right. Yeah, I won't see through. She didn't seem to mind so much about it. That's not supposed to be something to be amused about. See, I was right. Says you. My body is fantastic and I deserve to be shown off. Come on. This game never gonna be never gonna be illegal for kids under 18 years old. That your grandfather wants you showing it off to anyone, all let alone a guy. Anyway, back to the village before you catch a cold. Alright, next picture or so. We need to end this thing. The girl nodded, and with on last look, the two wooden march, she turned and began walk back to the village, which followed me behind her. Alright, let's say yes. Quit. Yes. So that was Sakura's Bear for this time then. Actually, the story started to be a little more fun for me to read. Before it was just so strange and weird, but now it's actually more fun. But hit like and subscribe, and I see you next time. BroFive!